Janovich, your host of this edition of Sportsman's News Television. I'm in Southeast Alaska on Prince of Wales Island with Adventure Alaska. And we've done some bear hunting with these guys in the past, and we're here now in the fall to fish for, of course, great halibut fishing here, silver salmon and feeder king salmon in the ocean. And we're here today just above Trumpeter Lake, and we're going to be doing some silver salmon and pink salmon fishing here with our fly rods. One of my favorite things to do. Kevin Orton, my fellow pro staffer, joins me on this trip. Boy, there's fish all around us. I hope you're as excited as me. Stay tuned. You're going to have some great action here with Adventure Alaska. First halibut of the morning. 188 feet of water here with some jigs and a little bit of bait down there on the tip, and didn't take too long, 5-10 minutes, and we're on the first fish.
You got one too?
Yeah, I have
Got a double.
Nice.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Well, we spent our first morning here with Adventures Alaska, and we had a great time for halibut. We didn't catch any giants, but we caught them up to about 35 or 40 pounds, and a lot of fish today, a lot of action. You know, you hear so many people have different thoughts about halibut fishing, ranging from, oh, I love it, to I can't stand it. And you know, the one nice thing about in these waters here in Southeast Alaska, most of these captains will use a jigging method rather than anchoring up and using bait with circle hooks. So you're always doing something, you're always keeping that jig on the move with a little piece of, you know, some type of bait on it. And boy, it can really be effective, and this morning's a perfect example of that.
Okay. Middle.
This is the first fish for me. It only took me about 7 or 8 bites before I finally hooked one, because I apparently have the reflexes of a 90-year-old.
Oh yeah, he's just going back to the bottom.
Now, I haven't loosened that drag. He's taken his bottom twice, so we're hoping this is going to be a nice halibut.
Yeah, he acted like a lot bigger fish.
As soon as we got here, dropped down on these, and they haven't stopped biting since we've been here. We've only been here about 15 minutes. We've probably had 6 hookups. We haven't caught them all, but it's been pretty good action.
I'm setting up for salmon fishing. We're gonna mooch for salmon.
You're putting a banana weight on it?
Yeah, 6-ounce banana weight with about a 5.5 foot leader with double hook set up with a 4/0. And I got it set up as a 60-pound leader because they are pretty big right now. So they end up busting up the 40-pound leader. So I got them set up as 60-pound.
Be a halibut fishing with the salmon rod. There he goes to the bottom. Sometimes you hope they don't start taking the line back to the bottom when you got a big halibut with the salmon rod. Like that.
Whoa! Oh, that's awesome. Oh, there he is. Oh, that's a nice fish. You have to back up behind me. Back up behind me. Don't let him, don't pull him out of the water.
Okay, so I'm here with Jason Cloward, the owner of Adventure Alaska. And Jason, you have really a unique type of Alaskan experience here for your people. It's a little combination of do-it-yourself, guided, a little bit of everything, isn't it? Tell us a little bit about your operation.
Yeah, one thing that we noticed right off the bat when we started our business about 15 years ago is a lot of people have been to Alaska before. They know how to fish, and they really kind of want to do it on their own pace and their own schedule. So we do have a whole lineup of do-it-yourself boats as well as the charter boat.
And you actually have a lot of different opportunities throughout the year. When do you get started here, and kind of when do you start winding down as far as your fishing side of things?
Yeah, the fishing will kind of start up in the spring, April, May with steelhead. And that's all freshwater. People still get boats because they like to do crab and shrimp and things like that. It just comes with the package, so it's kind of a handy, extra. Sure. But we start up with steelhead, and then our king season starts ramping up in June through July, and then the silvers pick up in late June, early July in the saltwater, and then everything starts hitting the rivers. We get all 5 species of salmon out front, and then 4 species in the river. The king salmon don't run our rivers, but everything else does.
And so then when do you fish into as far as the fall months now?
For the fall, we'll run, it's September right now, and we'll run all the way usually through the end of September, even though October has some good fishing in our streams.
Big fish, right?
But it's just a little late for a lot of people to show up, even though, we're open year round. We have people go up, earlier and later for other things to do, but we're usually winding down on our most of our fishing in September.
Okay. It's amazing. You don't think so much about Alaska being a rainforest type of an area quite so much, but this area here on Prince of Wales, they get about, they average over 150 inches of rain a year. And as you can see, just growth everywhere. Mosses, ferns, you know, pines, alders, everything you can imagine here. In fact, this is one of the largest rainforests in the world here on Prince of Wales. So a lot of neat things here that you don't really associate with Alaska you can find here, especially in the Prince of Wales southeast area. Well, we're here on a river called Rats Creek on the Prince of Wales Island, Thorn Bay area, and it's unbelievable how many pink salmon there are that are up these streams right now. The water year has been quite low, and so the problem of it's been is there hasn't been really a lot of water. They like to have a lot of rain, and that pushes new pods of silvers up the rivers this time of year. And so they're really waiting. We had a pretty good rainstorm last night, but nothing sustained. That's the first rain they've had now in over a week. And so this really hasn't had the push to get these fish up the rivers yet, other than the pinks. And the pinks are here in droves. We're standing on this hole, and there must be literally thousands of fish in this one pool here on this smaller stream. And kind of the sad thing is that these are all making their last trip, but the other thing is too, it's making life for new things too. So. We've been catching a lot of fish in here. As you notice, this one's got some color, so he's been in the water a little while, starting to get into the spawning mode somewhat. And oh boy, great fish. I'll tell you, there's a ton of pinks in this area too, and when you catch a silver, you definitely know you've got a silver. They are a blast on the fly rod if you haven't fished for them. So one of our favorite things to do, and boy, in the fall like this, it can be wonderful. Yeah, it's been a great experience here. We've had a chance to do a little bit of everything, and it's really quite unique. I've really enjoyed it. I like to do a lot of things on my own on different trips I go on, and once you kind of know the ropes a little bit, it's kind of a fun way to do it for a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a lot of people that really enjoy fishing, obviously, but they've gone to some of the other places that are fully guided, and what their experience is that they might want to do it at their own pace. Some of my guys that might be older might want to sleep in one day but still be able to go fishing, where they would have missed the boat before. Now they can still go out. I have some other guys, they want to fish from 4 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night.
Exactly.
That's an option as well.
Another perfect morning out here on the water. We're supposed to get some weather this afternoon, so we're hitting her early and fast, it looks like. Here with Adventure Alaska.
Mostly just where the bait and everything is sitting at, where they're coming in because they're moving all the time. So if you can usually find bait on the bottom, you can find some fish, and then usually in a belly where the bait is laying at.
Yeah, Greg, come here. I need some help.
he's not very big.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that, but these good captains of these boats in Alaska, especially, when you catch a fish, they're catching a fish, and so that's how much it means to them, and it's great to see, and it's great to fish with a great captain, because that's their feeling. It's not the how soon can I get this trip over with. It's that, hey, if you catch a great fish, your joy is their joy. That's neat.
Oh, you have a lot of humpback whales that are here during the whole summer feeding, basically, after they came from like Hawaii and Mexico, and they come up and spend the whole summer here. And they will be in here feeding all year. A whale eats about a ton of fish a day, so they're feeding on all the schools of fish, bait fish and everything else, and you can really get a lot of good views of it, their tails, and see them in their element themselves, and nothing more prestigious than that.
Okay, so Jason, tell us a little bit about your operation here. You have some unique situations here for self-guided things. You can have some upgrades for boats, for different types of packages. Tell us a little bit about what you have to offer here at Adventure Alaska.
Well, our basic package would start with a place to stay. You also get a vehicle, and you get a boat as well. And that boat's a skiff. It's a 16-foot with, you know, all the fishing gear as well, and then we have rods and reels and everything. And then you can upgrade from that to some of our larger boats. We have some 20-foot boats, all aluminum, with power pot pullers and power downriggers, and then we also have a 23-foot in the lineup. So that's another upgrade as well. And then a lot of our guests will just take a charter, which is, you know, the fully guided portion of the trip, where you could just take one day and be guided if you want the rest of your trip to be self-guided.
Jason, there's another option for people that can actually do some crabbing while they're out here.
Absolutely. A lot of people, even if they're just sightseeing or whatever, they might enjoy putting out some crab pots. It's just something we offer. It's kind of just a package, so these crab pots are available to guests if they'd like to go out and get some crab, and it's a tasty thing to have for dinner. Some of our guests have crab every evening.
Well, we're taking a few little trips around the island today of Prince of Wales, and we're starting here in a little town called Kassan. And Jason, tell us a little bit about this area.
This is kind of a neat place to come. A totem park here that's not exactly a tourist attraction. It's more, you know, it's been out here, I guess, some say since the 1860s. It's been around a while. They transported some of these totems from an old park that they had farther up, but it's more of an authentic totem park that the natives have out here. So this is the native village of Kassan. It was the Saltchuk mine as well as the Russian Brown mine. They had two mines that were on opposite sides of this river here, and they would basically shuttle the material from both mines to this location to get crushed, and then they had a water access port that they could export. Just a lot of old relics and neat stuff to see.
As those of you know that follow us a lot here at the Sportsman's News, Alaska is dear to my heart. I love the state, love the things they have to offer, both from the hunting and the fishing side. And boy, here on Prince of Wales Island with Adventure Alaska, we've already had the experience here with one of our pro staff crews for a black bear hunt last spring. Now we're back here in the fall for the big silver salmon run, and boy, all of our expectations were met. We had some great ocean fishing, halibut was great, silver salmon, both trolling, mooching, river fishing. Boy, everything that they advertise, they deliver on, and we welcome them as one of our newest platinum approved outfitters. And Jason Clower at Adventure Alaska, if you're looking for a great outdoor adventure, give him a call to set up your next trip here to the number 49 state, Alaska. It's great opportunities, and Jason, boy, I just can't say enough about the experience we've had. Top to bottom, you run a great operation. The hard work has really paid off, and I'm happy that you have been able to turn this into such a great operation.
Well, thank you. It's been good having you, and we really appreciate you coming. I hope you've had a good time. We tried to show you a good time, and we try and show everybody a good time. So,
well, you can bet we'll be back for hopefully a little bit more black bear hunting in the future, but for sure some Sitka deer hunting too. So, boy, when you're looking for a great outdoor adventure, give Jason Clower at Adventure Alaska a call. And for myself and Kevin Orton, thank you for joining us on this edition of Sportsman's News Television.
Sportsman's News Television is sponsored by Vortex Optics, the force of optics, CBA muzzleloaders, it's just a better gun, and Sitka, turning clothing into gear.